after a long day, like a good wine, but not rosé. Like a quick fuck, and that's okay. We're three friends, we got shit to say. We're three friends doing it our way. We're two girls, one boy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode
of
Two Girls,
Cheerio!
One Buck.
Here comes a new episode. I'm becoming a British rapper. Everybody.
Welcome back. I'm Cece,
Yaya.
Hi.
and we're so glad that you all are back listening to us and joining us for another week. This is episode 10 of season 1.
Ooh, a big number X.
Double
in Roman
digits.
numerals.
We are big kids now.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, we're in the double
We're
digits.
pretty famous, not to brag, but Ellen's private account that has no followers has asked us for $1,500 to promote. And we sent it.
She wants to be our personal friend.
Yeah, she's,
We're very flattered.
we're coming to nice Beverly Hills home.
Ooh.
I was like, oh.
I'm excited about that.
Oh, she's throwing a party for us, finally.
Very cool, very cool. Well, how have you all been doing this week?
Fucking metal.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Rock and roll every day.
Drugs, sex, money!
Drugs, cocaine.
That's how we do it.
You know, living that rock star dream.
Go hard or go home.
Or go hard at home.
That also is fun.
Yeah.
I like doing that, yeah.
I can go pretty hard at home.
Actually not going anywhere, but just
Yeah.
raging.
I'm drunk in my house again.
Fucking love this kitchen! Ah!
I'm pretty sure that's called an addiction.
Taquitos are in the oven.
It's like tolerance abuse at that point. Whenever you're like getting high and drunk by yourself, that's an issue.
I didn't say I was by myself. I just said I was at home.
Yeah, you
That's
were
where the party
asleep
at.
because you're a nerd.
Yeah, newsflash, yeah.
Don't sleep through your parties anymore.
There was a rager, but you were sleeping.
Sleep through your own party. It's
Is
so
that how I
weird.
got this penis drawn on my forehead?
Yep,
Ah, is
and
that
that's
what that
how
is?
you got your mushroom
I
bruise
thought you
on
were
your
trying
back.
a new makeup trend.
A new contouring of dicks on my forehead?
Yeah.
I think I saw a YouTube about that.
I believe it.
100%. There is some like destitute white girl in Minnesota. It's like, look at how silly I am. Penis contour.
Yeah, there was the donut forehead. Do you guys remember that? It was big in Japan, where people put saline in their foreheads and then squished like a center spot.
I do remember
I have no idea why, still to this day, why that was a
people
thing.
did that on the reel?
On the
Yeah.
reel. It was
Yeah, I'll
like,
show you.
it was
I'll
a
show you.
fad.
That people were
The donut
were
forehead.
injecting.
saline
that's old
under their
school.
skin in their foreheads, and it would create like this bubble, and then they would push the middle, and it would have a kind of looks like a butthole, actually. Now that I'm
Yes.
looking at
Doesn't make any sense.
Is that a ring light she's got
So
on?
look, they would like pump their forehead.
It's
fill
really
with
gross.
side- So for people who can't see, it's like, how would you even describe
They
that?
look like aliens.
It looks like an enormous, not even kidding, a cartoon version of when you bonk your head. Like,
It does.
it truly does. It
It
looks
does.
like
Looks
a
like they have
cartoon where
giant
it's like all
blisters.
pink. It's like got rivets on the end. It doesn't make any
And then
sense.
they put an indent in the center, so then it looks like a full-on donut. For everyone that doesn't know, please go Google donut forehead. It'll change your life.
That is bonkers.
No.
Was it like a sex thing?
I don't.
Is that what we're
Probably. Anything
like-
really could be a sex thing.
Who in their right fucking mind would put a bloated, fucking prorated asshole on their head? That's what it looks like.
And donuts are not even that great.
No.
Well,
it just
not
looks like
skin
somebody's
donuts, gross.
blown out hole. This is fucking rotten. This is rotted.
It's like someone blown out hole.
It's like that's that
Yeah.
scene of
Oh, look,
a
this
good
guy did
party or
too.
two.
We don't support
Oh my
the.
God, they're lopsided.
Oh God!
It's like
Why
Rihanna.
is his eye
It
like?
gave him a lazy
Looks like
eye.
Rihanna.
Oh no!
See, people like this, they frighten me. People that do body
Oh
modifications
my God,
frighten
did
the
she
shit.
just squish it to the center?
I think you can move it around because it's just saline water under your forehead.
I didn't
That's
know
why
you
the
could move-
dot works.
Does it go away?
Oh.
Yeah, I think that it only lasts like a few days or
I
something.
guess it's like those people that like inject. Well, I think they do silica. They'll like inject silicone into their penises to make it more fat.
Yeah.
Super weird.
Is it silicone?
That's super weird.
That doesn't
but,
sound like
not my
healthy
thing.
for your body.
No, it's a
How long
thing.
does
It's
that
like
last
a
for?
huge fetish, I guess.
I
Like,
bet.
I've seen it. Not in real life.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, yeah, it wasn't that great.
I haven't even seen
Not
my
the best
own.
investment.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen my own. I'm waiting for marriage.
You've never touched it.
No.
Never even looked down
No.
there. Let alone wash. Just let the glory of God clean it.
Oh my
I've
God.
got to protect my innocence.
I
If
believe
my
it.
dad's going to get the highest amount of cows for marrying me off.
Yes, the
and that's
cows.
really the goal. Because if we don't get at least 13 cows for me,
Yes.
I'm dead.
Speaking of goals, we would love more listeners. So if you are enjoying this podcast and think that other people should hear it, we would totally appreciate your recommendation, word of mouth. Also, if you're not already doing so, following us on all of the social medias, YouTube at 2 Girls 1 Buck Podcast, Instagram, same handle. Email us if you have any show ideas or would like to give feedback, commentary, anything like that.
No hate mail. No hate mail.
Yeah, we don't do
Unless
well
it's
to
funny.
insult.
Unless
Yeah.
it's funny.
If you have
then-
anything negative to say, keep it to yourself.
Yeah. If it's
Like
negative,
your
it
mama
better
told
be
you.
funny.
If it's not nice, shut up.
Exactly.
Guess what? If you're listening to this frickin' episode, you better be listening to the next episode too. It comes out every Friday. Don't you forget.
Yeah.
Stop
Turn
being
on.
fair weather listeners. You're supposed to be our friends.
Turn on notifications, please.
No new friends.
We are not going to be able to afford pretzels next week.
We know you're out there. This is a commitment.
Yes, and scene.
Yes, thank you everyone listening. Just wanted to throw it out there.
And
that
tell
we'd
your
like
friends
to
about
share.
us. Go on their phone. Follow us.
Yeah, take their phones while they're sleeping and follow all
Go
of
in
our
their
accounts.
pictures. Send us their nakeds.
Or just keep listening, guys. We appreciate that. That's enough. I mean, come on.
Send us nudes of other people.
Yeah. Steal your friends' nudes and send them to us.
It's illegal. But do it. Totally do it.
If you're fun, you'll do it, and then you get a VIP experience where
We
you get
will
to come
tell.
to the cast.
Yes, you can join us in the closet.
Ooh, well, into the closet, but you've got to stand. I only have 3 chairs.
So this week's episode is a doozy, right? Because
Yes.
it is Cece's episode.
The doozy of a toozy.
You have a very interesting topic. I'm
This
really
is great
excited.
because I have an infinite amount of these.
Same, actually.
It's actually astonishing.
Wonderful.
And I
Wonderful.
add more every week.
Prepare-
Every week I add another
Preparing
one.
for our conversation, even like I'm getting older, so even like the minor things bother me. Stupid asshole! Why the fuck did you get a white car?
Every day I live my life, I get more of these.
Yes.
So what we're speaking of are pet peeves. So that's our topic of this week. Pet peeves, what are they? Why do we have them? And some examples of some common pet peeves as well as our own, which obviously we have a lot to share.
What I'm most excited about is why the fuck do we call it pet peeves? Was someone like had a pet named Peeves that did annoying shit like chew with his mouth open and then like they like killed the dog?
Yeah, that's actually spot on. Wow.
I know things.
Did you research this?
I know
I
things.
read the Wikipedia.
I know things. I did some notes.
And that's where pet peeves
She
came
prepared. Yeah, actually, no, that's a great question. I myself had the same question because I'm really interested in, especially the history of things that we say that are, I guess, taken for granted or maybe cliche. We hear them a lot, but I think it's really interesting where these terms came from.
I do love linguistics.
Yes, it's very interesting, the English language and how it's developed. So, pet peeve. The word pet actually has nothing to do with animals, unfortunately, because I thought maybe in my research I would see some cute pets.
So you're telling me it wasn't a lizard named Peeves for like a hamster
He
that
was peeving around.
yeah, peeving around and just wants to like stick up his ass, right?
He's like, oh gosh, Peeves, you're really ticking me off. You're a pet Peeves.
Yeah, my pet peeves.
My pet Peeves. And I'm like, whoa.
And it just caught on.
What? With an arm hook?
Yeah.
My pet Peeves, huh?
Right after the bee's knees.
No, that was not swell.
So it actually came later on to be added pet to the word peeve as kind of like an ironic thing. So like what you would say that's like, oh, this is my favorite annoyance or my most cherished hate thing.
So
it's supposed
Peeve came first.
My most
Yeah.
cherished hate thing.
Yeah, like this is the
Sounds
thing I love.
metal as fuck.
This is the thing I love to
Sounds
hate
like-
the most.
Oh God, I do have a lot of those.
Yes. So actually the
start
word
saying
peeve derived from peevish. So that's the original word and then people just shortened
The
it
root word
basically.
is peevish.
The term itself, pet peeve, was coined in the United States in the early 20th century, but the word peevish came from 14th century English.
So some guy was like, righty ho, Toy, let me me tell you what made me very peevish today.
Yeah, so being peevish.
The king is making me a bit peevish.
Oh, yeah, this weather. I tell you, this weather.
Yeah, it's very peevish.
Peevish filth over here.
So it basically means ill-tempered, capricious, silly, or ornery.
Honoring.
Snooty or like stuck up or an asshole.
Yeah.
Ornament.
So that's pretty interesting. So it came out, you said the 1400s?
14th century, late 14th century. So
that's 1300s.
Mhm.
That's right around the end of the Black Plague. I'm actually listening to a 5-series podcast.
Black Plague.
You want to plug
And
it?
I did, but until they plug me, they shall not be named because they are not plugging us.
They're gonna steal any of these great
So if you're out
listeners.
there and you want to have your podcast plugged on our podcast,
If you would like
You
us
start
to
it.
redirect people to you direct them to us first.
So yeah, but the Black Plague ended around the mid 1300s.
that was probably quite peevish for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably found the Black
So
Plague
peevish
quite
was
peevish.
basically just like, that's irritating.
Yeah, like that's horrible.
Oh, this
Oh.
blood and snot and vomit from all the mountains of dead people of the Black Plague. That was very peevish.
Oh my
Right.
gosh, they would like me to pay my bills every month. It's very peevish.
Yeah, so something is peevish, so people wanted to make it shorter. It got shortened into a thing, right?
Mhm.
In the early 20th century, that's when the term pet got tacked on. And so basically people were they were trying to make it ironic. So it's like, oh, this is something that annoys me of the most importance of all my annoyances. This is the top one, my favorite annoyance. So it became kind of like an oxymoron.
Like a familiar, like it's a familiar, like, irritation.
Yeah, like a pet
Okay,
that's a
that
familiar.
makes
That would
sense.
work. Yeah, that's how it came to be, the term.
Wild. You know, we out here saying things we don't even know where they came.
I know.
That's like literally 99% of the words that come out of my mouth.
100%. There'll be like sometimes, well, I can't remember. There was a time recently where somebody like asked me to describe something. I said, let me get my faculties together. Right? And they were like, what does that mean?
My nuts.
And I was like, I'm sorry, what?
My junk.
And like, what does get your faculties together mean? And I was like, are you serious?
Like I'm starting a new
Like,
phrase.
And then I was like, wait, how do I explain this? I've never had to do this before.
Yeah,
I mean, that's,
myself.
I guess, like every word that we have is a progression of a word, of a grunt or a snort.
Yeah.
And then that grunt and snort got shorter and shorter and shorter.
Then we turned into whales.
Pretty much.
And
With
that's
lots
the
of our
future.
own pet peeves.
Okay.
So that's the history of it. I know that we all have a lot to share of
Oh,
some of our top
So
I'm ready.
pet peeves.
so many.
I'm ready.
Let me unroll my binder.
Yeah, let me get my scroll out.
Let me get my old biblical scroll that will comically roll down the hallway. Oh no!
You know what a pet peeve of mine is? People that don't have pet peeves.
Oh yes.
Oh.
They're just happy-go-lucky
nothing
people.
bothers me. Like, you're a liar, okay, Christine?
Why
You're
are
a
you that
lying
happy?
bitch.
What's wrong with your
I
brains?
would never trust you with my.
Yeah, why don't we each go around and say like our top few, like 3
I was about to
to
say,
5?
we can't stop at one. There's about 82 billion. So
Yeah, well, I have a
at least
list, so I was thinking
3
we
or
could just
4.
kind of bounce them off.
Okay.
Go around.
Who wants to
whoever.
go first?
You're already talking.
That's true.
Well, fair enough. Let's see. What's one of
From
my...
your scroll, share with us. Just a
Was
little
that
gas.
unraveling?
It's a little gassy here. We're in a gas chamber. Please help
One
us.
of my biggest pet peeves. Oh my gosh, there's so many. You know what I really hate? When people say, like and
You do that
I
all
know.
the
No, but,
time.
like,
You
endlessly.
do that all the time,
What?
endlessly.
Do you
That is
realize
not
I edit
true.
these episodes? We all do that so much.
You know, but you know, when somebody's like regular speech is just like, and this is like, and then it's like, and then it's like, and also like, and then like, you know, that like, you, because sometimes like is the appropriate word.
Yes, yes. But oftentimes
it
it's a
is not
filler.
an intermediate between words. Like this, like that, like
This is true, yes.
My mom always used to say when we were kids, and I think this is probably what instilled it into me. Is it like that or is it that?
Oh, yeah. I've said that to children.
Is it like that or is it that?
Yeah, yeah. My mom would she would ask me questions about school, and then when I started talking, she would be saying 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm counting how many times you say like in this story.
Oh, no.
I'm just
Over it. I'm over it.
Yeah, I'm
Wild.
over it at that point. Don't talk to
Okay.
me.
Well, this was just a birthday card to you, Mom.
Let me shit on it
You put like too many times in this. What? And it's just like, I really like.
Is that really one of your tops, Ty?
I have a lot of tops.
Okay,
That's
what about
the first
Yaya?
one that comes to mind.
Yaya, do you have one that comes to
Oh
mind?
my God, yeah, when people chew with their mouth open.
Oh, that's a huge one.
Oh my God. I hang up on my mother if she's eating. Like if someone's eating on the phone.
Don't call me if you're eating.
And like full on like crunching and eating on
mouth
stuff.
breathing.
Ew.
Yeah. And so what I did was, damn, it's good. And
Call me back when you're done. I hate talking to people while
that.
I'm eating.
Yeah.
Oh no! Please don't call us if you are eating.
When
and
I
then like
eat,
a piggyback of that pet peeve is when people say that it makes their food taste better. That's why they do that. I think you have a mental defect.
There's a delusion there, definitely.
You're completely psychotic, and
there's a chromosome missing.
I'm gonna 5150 you.
That's something people would say just because they have literally nothing else to refute that complaint.
Yeah, if you do that as an adult, especially after
you should not reproduce.
15, you should not reproduce for sure, and then you should go to therapy because
you've got underlying
issues. You're not an animal anymore. I mean, we are, but like we're civilized.
At least don't call me. Do that in the privacy.
God gave you lips for a reason.
This isn't a race.
I thought they were for something
Sir,
else.
you don't have to take the biggest bites in the world.
Well, it's not the bite size. It's the chewing of your mouth open.
I never had so much food in my mouth that I couldn't close my lips.
Like, and then, you know, you can like see like the mush,
that's
like
so
it becomes
gross.
like the mush in their tongue.
And then it's like spraying out at you. You're like, ah!
It's
dodging.
like the food squishing between their teeth. No, it's horrific.
I did do some research on some of the most common pet peeves, and that was literally one of the top ones. Almost everyone agrees.
Yeah.
So, like, who the fuck is still doing that? Stop. Just stop. That's disgusting.
There's some fucker in Cabal. I'm throwing it in there.
Random as fuck.
We're current.
We watch the news.
Hell, I got MSNBC.
That's chewing on shit. It's just so gross. Like my stepdad, he chews ice cream.
What?
And it's so
People that chew ice cream,
disturbing.
add that to my list.
It's chewing ice is it gives me the
but he chews
cringes.
ice cream. Like it's not a solid food to me.
Why would you?
But like he
takes bites. Like that sounds painful.
He likes Rocky Road. That's like his favorite,
so
Rocky Road. So there's crunches in it, but he'll full on just chew it.
I mean, yeah, you should chew the almonds, but like you don't have to put a lot of effort in. They're chopped up.
It's so gross. It's so
That's
gross.
Also,
interesting.
Rocky Road is the shit.
I do love any kind of chocolate ice cream.
I do like just give me chocolate, a little bit of marshmallow, sold. That's it.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, not a pet.
Okay. Actually, I found when I was making my list that a lot of them involved driving. I don't actually have road rage, but I do find a lot of annoyance when I'm driving, and I'm just like, who are these people? And don't you have somewhere to go?
I
don't actually have road rage. I would never like...
I've taken so many road trips with you in the last year. You have road rage. You
don't.
full on go off on people. You
they're
full on
stupid.
flip people off on the road.
I don't actually flip anyone off.
You said you used to have a fake gun that you would wave at people.
That's because my horn didn't work, so I brought my BB gun. Yeah, because it would make them think.
But she doesn't have road rage.
I would just wave it at them smiling.
I would say that I have road rage, but I ain't never pulled up a gun.
It makes you think.
It does make you think.
I didn't have a horn. My horn didn't work.
Can you imagine though, someone pulling up to you and you see this little skinny girl pull out a gat?
It was a BB gun.
Her hoopty. She's not driving like a foreign.
It was a Honda Accord.
It's like one of those rifle BB guns.
It's like a sniper on it. A shotgun.
It's a full paintball gun. I'm like, bah, 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 bah. Now you can't see out your window.
Ooh, killer.
No, but I'm not that angry. I yell at people because they're being stupid, but I would never like chase someone and be that upset about it, is what I'm saying. I don't yell
I think
at
there's
people.
levels of road rage, but I definitely think you have some form of it.
Fair enough.
Sorry, that's
crazy, right?
That's my favorite story.
Crazy, right? Can we name the episode?
Cece's got a gun. So run away.
Yep.
You're on the freeway.
Yeah, well, at least use your goddamn turn signals, okay?
100%.
Slow driver.
Okay, so I put non-assertive drivers.
Do you guys ever, like, sometimes get stuck behind somebody and then get, like, super pissed about it, right?
Of course.
And then
I do that
later
walking.
on you catch yourself being that person. Just like...
Yeah, but when I'm driving, I got somewhere to be, and I'm probably running late.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, get the fuck out of my way. And where are you going? This is not a stroll in the park on a Sunday afternoon. Like, if you're driving, don't you have somewhere to go? Like, go.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Out of the
Just
three
fucking
of
She
us,
yes.
does not have road rage. I just want to say that again. She does not
This
have
is not road rage. It's
And
a
then
simple
then
logic.
I ran over that baby stroller, but he fucking was asking for it. He should have pushed
That'll
himself
teach
out
him
of
a
the street.
lesson.
I'm just like listening to you, and I'm like, again, she does not
Honestly,
have
out
road
of the
rage.
three
Yeah,
of
but I'm
us,
not
you
that
guys
angry.
definitely drive a little bit quicker than me.
Yeah, it's true. But that's just the way we live
The
our
main
lives.
thing I think
Yeah,
is just,
yeah.
Just a little quicker. Just
just a
Full speed,
little.
and I'm just like, I'll see you in
Coasting.
10 minutes.
yeah, you're just cruising.
I'll be there 10 minutes later than
Me,
y'all.
me and Cece, I wonder if you know, if you see the Tokyo, on it Tokyo.
We gotta keep it under 15 for the copyright.
And we're literally just going around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skirt, skirt.
Yeah, shit, I
I'll
hear
race you there.
Just kidding.
Yeah, but I'm
We actually
not
drifted into
reckless.
our parking spot today.
I just like people in general who are assertive, and when they're assertively driving, it shows. Whereas where you're just kind of thinking about something else, I don't fucking know, texting in a daze, and you're just clueless.
I've seen people full on watch movies on their phone.
Yeah, it's
driving.
insane these days.
And not
100%
in
of
a
people
Tesla.
are distracted while driving. It seems
Honestly,
like.
I'm excited for autopilot because I can't tell you how many times I drive around. I'm like, if you stupid fucking idiots just went at the same speed,
Exactly.
this wouldn't even be an issue.
Traffic wouldn't be a thing.
I don't understand how it is a thing.
I saw this thing on Twitter, I think. It said, stop saying that you're stuck in traffic when you're really participating in traffic. And I was like, oh, stop being a victim.
Damn.
You're part of the problem.
Victim shaming. Just kidding. Obviously not.
So yeah, that was one of my top ones. I strongly believe that hesitant drivers cause more accidents.
Of course.
Like if you're like, oh, I'm gonna do it, what the
Yeah,
hell?
because it's always an old person.
Now you're
that runs
confusing
through a
everyone.
farmer's market.
I stand firmly behind once like you become, I would say 70 years old, you shouldn't be driving anymore.
Oh no, I want
Shouldn't?
to drive.
Like
Well, you should
I
have a
think that
test
if I
maybe
lost
yearly,
driving,
I
I
think.
would probably just end my life.
at 70, at that point you better have a driver.
You wanted us to shoot
Oh,
you
God,
if you
I hope
fall
so.
down and you're not drunk by 65.
But guess
So-
what? Guess what? If I fall down, I'm not drunk by 65. I fall down.
Then you
they're
deserve
gonna
to
take
drive,
away
baby.
my car. Anyway, so I still don't have no freedom.
If I made it to this point. So yeah, those are a couple. Any more come to mind?
You know what I would like to know is everybody's like most obscure pet peeve. Like, what's a weird thing that bothers you that you know like doesn't bother it?
Well, I definitely have trichtocopia, whatever the fuck it's called. Where
The
like
holes.
I can't see a hole.
The like small holes. Thing.
I don't know if that's a pet peeve. That's more of just a phobia.
That's a phobia, yeah.
That's for next week.
Yeah.
That's for phobia week.
Right after
what's
Shark
a
Week.
That's a
weird
preview
pet
of phobia.
peeve?
I have one, but I'm almost hesitant to say it.
No, spit it out. She's still thinking.
So one of mine is the toilet paper direction. I know it's like super petty, but like it needs to go over the top.
Oh my god, do I
Like-
do it right?
Sometimes I've helped you though. If I see
Have you
it,
flipped
I
my
will
toilet
pull up.
paper?
I don't know if that's considered pet peeve. I think that's like OCD.
It's a pet peeve. It bothers me if it's the other way because it doesn't make sense to me. And I have
You
some
like
friends
it
who
over.
yeah,
Okay.
as it should,
I
and
think
how
it should be,
how
but
God meant
honestly,
it to
I
be.
just throw it on there and
I'm
just
trying to think the
whatever
other way you
lands
could
in
do
my
it.
hand.
It has.
Where it comes under.
Oh yes, stupid.
It's
Especially
bizarre.
in the bathroom when you're like pulling like very tiny
And I
chunks.
roll
of-
it the other way, and it keeps not coming out. And I'm like, "What's happening?"
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have an anger issue, I swear.
A pet peeve of mine is when I would live with a guy and they left the seat up,
Oh, that's a huge one.
and then like I would be stumbling to the bathroom at night and my booty touches
Put your
pee water.
bare ass on the cold porcelain. Yeah,
I don't know if that's a weird one though. Mouth breathers. I just don't like mouth
yeah. Close your mouth.
Yeah,
In
no,
general, if you're
honestly.
eating, if you're breathing, just close your mouth.
If you got-
holding hands in public or public affection in general. Like if I
Really?
see people like making out, full on
Yeah.
going
Oh,
at it.
that's cute. I'll watch them. I'm gonna touch myself.
Wild.
Whoa, we're learning a lot of
Free
things about you
porn!
today.
Do not catch CC in these streets.
She's like in her car with her gab, masturbating, watching.
I'm sorry, officer. It's just my lipstick.
Just like the cold
Living-
steel on my clit.
Sorry,
Living my best life.
Just dropped my lipstick. My biggest obscure pet peeve, I think, is people that are obviously lying or liars and then pretend that they are not with like their terrible attempts at deception.
Lies.
I think that may be
Like
my
you catch them,
biggest pet peeve.
and they
when
won't
you're-
back down.
You say things that under no circumstances could
Be
possible.
true.
Like this is out of the realm of
Like I'm
existence.
flying my private jet this
Isn't
weekend
that more
to the
like
Bahamas.
would you put that under like gaslighting you?
I don't know what
That
it
just
is,
makes me
but
think
I'll tell
they're
you this,
delusional.
that like even like hearing it bugs me. Like I'm a total eavesdropper. I love to
Same.
go places and listen to other people's conversations. Do not say things
That's a
around
pet
me
peeve of mine.
because I will repeat it to people. I think it's
Oh, no.
hilarious. But
like, you'll hear things and you're like, under no circumstances on any world in any universe
Could that
would that
possibly
be
be true?
even possible. And the fact that you've said that makes me think that you think everybody else is stupid.
Yeah, it's gaslighting.
That's a, yeah.
That's exactly what gaslighting is. They're telling you.
I never actually knew what gaslighting was.
Oh, let's talk about that.
I
That's
mean,
a great thing.
I don't understand. I thought it was just like...
It's real quick. It's from a Albert Hitchcock film. Is it called Gaslight? So basically, the husband was trying to pull something over on the wife. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie. But he was like releasing gas because they had the oil lights at the time. He would blow out the light and let the gas go, and she'd get all loopy. And then he would tell her things. And then the next day, she'd be like, oh my God, what happened? And he would gaslight her by saying, you know, nothing happened. What are you talking about? Make her feel like she was crazy, basically.
I want to see Cece direct this movie, because the way that you just described that is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's called gaslight.
It is called gaslight, and so that's where the term came from, right?
Mm-hmm. Basically, they're making you feel crazy. Like, they're like, no, I don't know what you're talking about, or like, that
Honestly,
doesn't...
then if that's the case, then getting gaslighted is my biggest pet.
Okay.
Don't
enough.
be telling me I'm not an idiot person. Don't be telling me something that I don't believe that you've jumped up 10 feet in the air, because nobody's ever done that.
I've done it once.
Well, I was on a roof.
I've done it once.
Shut up.
It's so funny.
You weren't there. You don't know.
Yeah. I was wearing my moon shoes.
Duh.
On my trampoline. That's a recipe to break ankles.
Oh, God, trampolines are so dangerous.
Yeah, we're getting old.
It's really hard on my knees, my back, my ankles.
I see too many videos on TikToks of girls trying to do trampoline tricks and like falling through the wires and stuff.
My insurance is not that good. I'm going to stay on the ground.
I like my legs unbroke.
Yeah. Yeah, no thank you, no thank you. It's so funny because I've worked a number of years with kids, human children to be exact, not baby goats. Just to be clear. I'm not in farming.
Honestly, solid.
But I have endless patience with kids because I know they're supposed to be dumb. Mm-hmm. They haven't learned yet. They don't have as many experiences. Their brains aren't fully grown. But with adults, I have like zero patience. I'm like, why don't you have your shit together?
100%.
Like, you are living an adult life. Get your shit together. No patience.
100%. When like an adult person tells you something stupid, you're like, how do you not know this?
I'm like, why are you not using your brain? Damn it.
How do you not know this basic information? What are you doing?
It's a lot of sheep out there.
How did you graduate high school?
Like,
God damn it.
No. Oh my God. There are so many moments that I've had as an adult, especially looking at the generation before us, the boomers, and I'm like,
wait, before us? Or just in general?
Yeah, I'm talking about the ones that...
I was like, I think there were a lot more in between us and the boomers.
No, it's Gen X and then the boomers. There's only one generation between us, yeah. It's boomers, Gen X, millennials.
No, boomers were born after World War II. And then what about people every, like, 10 years after?
Yeah, so it was like World War II. We're going way off.
Generation X was born in the...
Generation X.
Right before. No, we're millennials. It was
Generation X is from like 76 to like 90.
Yeah, but what about the 60s? What are those people? Flower Child?
Maybe they're still boomers.
It was like the 50s to the 70s was boomers. A generation's like 20.
No, 50s to the 70s were not boomers. No.
Look at it.
Let's look it up.
Look it up.
Because a boomer is like retired. Boomers are like 65 and 70. They're like 65.
Oh, they call them the second wave of boomers. Boomers 2. Yeah. So from 55.
You didn't know that.
It's the boom boom.
Yeah. It's the boom boom. So boomers 1, right now they'd be in their late 60s to mid 70s. They were born in the mid 40s to mid 50s. And so, yeah, it's about every 10 years. And then the mid 50s to the mid 60s are boomers too. So they didn't come up with a new name. So we've got double boomers hanging around. And those are people in their late 50s to mid 60s. Yes, the boom boom. And then we've got Gen X, which is 65 to about 80.
So that's like 15 years, like almost 20 years.
Yeah, so they're about in their early 40s to mid 50s, and then we've got the millennials, 81 to 96 approximately, and they're from 25 to 40.
And then what's after that?
Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Oh, so my little sister's a Gen Z.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 97 to 2012.
That makes sense. Around 96 to 97.
Now they're just robots.
Their heads start acting weird.
Mm-mm.
I think it's because they were the first generation that actually were born with like,
the internet.
With the internet.
The kids today are my biggest problem.
Get off my lawn, you hooligans!
But not like children. Like, children are sweet. Little baby girl,
sweet
little
little
baby
babies.
boy.
Yeah.
But you get like a 14-year-old,
Once you're like 10 or
and it's like,
something.
how the fuck don't people break your teeth sometimes?
Yeah, I agreed.
You saw those kids that are out there in these streets, and I'm like, oh my god, if I acted like that when I was their fucking age, I would have got knocked the fuck out. And I did.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell how many kids I thought of pushing. Like, I just stare at the back of their heads with, like, searing hate, and I just want to push them.
Standing in line at
'Cause
the
you know you
grocery
would win that
store
fight.
while a 14-year-old kid's having a mental breakdown because you won't buy him a fucking candy bar.
My mom
You
would
better hit him.
beat me in public. Yep.
Yeah.
She had no shame.
And you get nothing. We get no food.
Yeah. What's next?
It's just a desert.
Who has another one?
Okay.
I know you guys have more.
Rapid fire round.
Okay.
Pet peeve. Quick.
Okay, I'll start. Not putting shit back or replacing things after you use the last one. Like, again, toilet paper is horrible when you go in and you know you have more rolls, but they're not there, and the other person used the last one. It's like, what the fuck? Replace it. Or just not putting things back in general. Like, something has a place, like, put it back. It helps. That's one of mine.
100%. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that I've ever been in that situation.
I unfortunately have lived with a lot of roommates.
Yeah.
So I've been in a lot of situations.
What's one of mine?
Come on, look at your scroll, Ty. I thought you
oh
had
my gosh,
hundreds.
I just put on the spot and I don't want to sound like a total douche.
Stinky breath.
Oh,
Ew.
stinky breath is bad.
Body-
Like, I see now all mine have to do with the mouth.
Body odor in general.
I don't think you like mouths.
No, I'm not a big fan of mouths. Yeah, but stinky breaths or bad teeth.
Or body odor. Oh, yeah.
People that are too upbeat.
Oh, yeah, that's so annoying.
Yeah, people that are like, oh my god, everything's gonna be great. It's like, shut up.
It's like you're living in a different world,
Yeah.
sweet cheeks.
People that talk too much in general. Like, I'm just like, we don't need to talk this much.
People
Yeah.
who interrupt others while talking or won't listen just shows that they're like bad listeners.
I feel like she's just pointing things out about us instead of actually going off of
Well,
research.
I didn't hear.
I have it right here. This is
I
research.
didn't
This is
hear
our
what
opinion.
she said.
Wait, let me start talking. People who interrupt
wait.
others.
I'm sorry, I just had a boy thing to say.
And then you say it again. I hate people who interrupt others.
Let me translate.
That was
for
my
that.
idea.
Oh, I have one. Republicans.
Oh, their pet peeve.
Yep. No, I'm just joking.
Or another one on the phone, like we were talking about eating. If you call me and then you're talking to someone else,
Yeah.
why did you call me?
Yeah.
Hang up, finish your
Like
talk.
if you call and you're like, hold on. So, and then anyway, I'm like, what?
No, what?
Yeah,
That's-
why the hell did
what
you
Makes me
call
feel like you think my time is not as important. Why are you wasting my time when you're talking to someone else?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
I don't get that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Repeating myself,
Mm.
and like in the same conversation. If time has gone by, we all have
If
made
it's the
mistakes.
next day, that's one thing.
Yeah.
If it's a full 24 hours, then it's free game.
Yeah, basically.
Some people that I find annoying, they will say what when you've said something, but they've actually heard it. It's just like a response so that they have more time to think or something. They make you repeat yourself, but they've actually already heard what you said, because I've had people in my life do that, and I would stop repeating myself. I would, let's say, ask a question, and then they'll respond with what, and I would just not say anything, and then they would answer my question. So I'm like, okay, you clearly heard what I said. Why did you say what the first time?
In the same token, people that call you and then they're having like two conversations at once, I hate when people call me and they don't have anything to talk about. Like if they call you and you gotta run the conversation, you're like, so
Oh, yeah,
what's
they
going
call
on?
So why'd you call me?
They call
Nothing.
you and it's like, okay, well,
No.
you gotta sit there and just be like,
No, on the phone. Like if they call you on the phone and you're like, so what's going on? Oh, nothing.
I mean, that where they're like, oh, okay, well,
Why did you call me? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah, 100% though. Like, I do have some people who do that, and I'm just like, what is the point of this call?
I do have a huge one.
I'm not in high school anymore.
When somebody asks you a question and then don't listen to the answer. Like when somebody will
Like
like
they just
ask
walk
you
away.
something, or they like ask.
Like in the middle of the question, just walk away. I've done
Hate
that. I've
that.
walked away from people.
I've seen it happen.
They'll like ask you a question, you'll give them an answer, and then they remember it for just the moment, and they
It's
keep
in
on
one ear and
asking
out
it.
the other kind of thing.
It's like, okay, at a certain point you gotta learn.
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah, at a
You're
certain
wasting
point,
my
you don't
breath.
learn anything. And then that's when I transfer over to, I don't know.
At that point, yeah.
I don't know.
A pet peeve are people that listen to shitty music and force you to listen to their shitty music.
These are getting pointed.
Yeah, yeah, well, I mean, that's a matter of taste, I suppose. One thing that, coming back to the multiple roommate situation, I've had people who will tell me in advance that they're going to do something. And I'm like, great, I didn't expect that to happen at this time. But now, like, I'm expecting it because you told me it was going to happen, and then they wouldn't follow through. So now you've set me up to be disappointed as opposed to just shutting your mouth and doing it.
Yeah.
And then I would be pleasantly surprised.
Right.
Now I'm angry because you told me, hey, I'm going to do this thing at this time. Okay. And then the time comes comes, and I'm like, what the fuck? You said you were going to do it. So at that point, just stop talking.
I think these are now just turning into like
rants.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is actually Cece's rant hour. Well, okay, I did ask a few other people if we want to hear from my pretty limited poll that I took, but some of the ones that I got feedback on were in public establishments when they have an out of order bathroom and you're a customer and that bathroom has been out of order like the entire time they've been open. That's pretty shitty, some people feel.
This is someone that has IBS, huh?
Somebody got a leaky hole.
This person has
Let me shit in your toilet. Another one is people who constantly say, I'm sorry, when it's not needed.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's like, I'm so sorry.
Oh, my God, yes. I straight up ask him, what are you sorry for?
Yeah, calm
what
down.
What have you done? Have you put a hex on me that I don't know about?
That's akin to using the word like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. A lot of people I have noticed do
Sentence
that.
filler.
Yeah. Another one, and this is actually one that I totally agree with, was people at crosswalks who insist on hitting the walk button 1,000,000 times because they think it's going to go faster or
Wait.
something.
Wait.
They are
Wait.
retarded.
I've done that. I'm like, bam, 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 bam.
Oh my God. If I'm
Me
standing,
too.
I want to hit that
Me
person.
too. I'm like drunk. I'm like, beep, 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 beep,
I'm like, kicking, like, da, 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 da.
guess how many times I can press this in a minute?
Yeah.
No, that's super annoying.
Oh, I have one. People that stand too close to me in line or in general.
Yeah.
Like, people that stand too close to me in general.
Like,
Social
intrude
distance.
Your personal space.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
We are not on that level. Please don't lean in
Yes.
2 inches away from my mouth.
Like,
No.
I have a coworker who constantly, like, when I come into the office, every time, like, I sit down, like, he will come over and talk to me.
Ooh, I
and
hate that.
He's so close to me that every single time he compliments me on what I smell like, ooh, you smell good.
Ew.
That's creepy.
It's
That's
very
ew.
creepy.
File a complaint with
That is creepy.
HR. Ew.
I'm done filing complaints. I'm
Lesson
free game
learned.
now, boys.
Another one, which I also agree with, was people who are rude or overly mean to wait staff or people in the service
Yes.
industry.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't understand
Yes.
it.
Or
like
people on the
actively-
call, too, like, on the
Yeah.
phone.
Just, like, don't be a fucking asshole in general. Like, that's a pet peeve
Gosh, I
all
had
around.
this lady this week that was a total see you next Tuesday.
But it's just, like, crazy because, like, those type of people that, like, the Karens, we call them, that are, like, yelling at wait staff, you know they're about to hop into their 2008 Prius and about to go home into their fucking whack-ass one-bedroom apartment.
They're high on Valium.
Like, if you're a multi-millionaire, I get it. It's whack,
no,
but I get it.
I don't think that money gives you the right to be an asshole.
I think
I get it, though.
I actively try to be nice to people,
'Cause they can spit in
especially
your
in
food.
like the service industry,
Sure.
just because I'm like, I mean, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So I've worked in some form of customer service pretty
Right.
much the entire time that I've worked, and people are the worst.
And your job
And
is
most of the
literally to
time,
make people
it's
happy.
Not
So,
their
like,
fault.
yeah.
It's like this.
They
girl
don't
did not
own the
fuck up your
company.
shit.
Right, exactly.
They don't
Like,
own the
She
restaurant.
didn't set this policy.
Cindy doesn't own Applebee's, Ty. Leave
Yeah.
her alone.
Cindy. That
What
brings
about-
up one of my big ones, especially recently. It's like these people that have to make such a stink about everything. It's like, this is America, like the mask one. I
Yeah,
get it.
Republicans.
I don't think it's Republicans.
You don't see a lot of Democrats doing that shit. It's Republicans.
people who complain too much in general, I think. Like, the
But
person
it's,
who are
it's
like,
on, it's on both sides where there's like things where like, we hate this.
we're angry
like,
about it.
And we're mad at you, lowly employee, for making this the thing. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
do you think
Do you think I want this too?
this assistant manager of Avon's, they're like, hey, Lindy, we're gonna
Cindy and
you're
Lindy.
gonna put out the whole policy on COVID-19 for the whole entire company. So people are gonna be
Tell us
coming
what
in
you
here
think.
to yell at you.
Like, I know I'm getting older because, like, one of my pet peeves is when people ask me for my driver's license now.
Really?
Like, when they card me for drinks and
Oh,
stuff.
really?
I'm like,
I like
come
it.
on.
I try to take it as a compliment. I'm like, okay.
Have you ever had people just, like, stare at you at first? Like, if they want to ask or not? Like, I've
Oh,
gone
that's
to
horrible. They're
grocery
like
stores.
counting your crow's feet.
I've been at like grocery stores with my 2-gallon of box wine, and I like pull up, and like she's staring at all of my mistakes and like trying to decide.
She's like, is this just a sorry adult or a confused child?
Yes.
Yeah.
She doesn't know any better, or this is her last resort.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
I try to throw them off with a bag of Takis. I'm like, I'm a kid.
Bag of Takis
Throw
and
a candy
nerves
bar in
broke.
there.
Yeah.
yeah. Another one, parents who let their kids run around and just cause a ruckus in a non-kid friendly place.
Let's live here for a minute.
Like a fucking Ross or
Let's live
something.
here for a
like,
minute.
get a leash.
I really, honestly, anybody that brings their children, I think we've talked about this on the drug episode, but if you bring your
Get a
children
cage.
to adult places like
Activities,
bars
yeah, don't
or
bring it.
That's
festivals,
bizarre.
go fuck yourself because it's ridiculous. I pay good money. I work real hard to not have to be around your fucking snotty ass nosed kids, Mr.
Running
Stewart,
and yelling.
falling on the ground and shit. I'm supposed to be the drunk one falling on the ground.
Okay Dog was truly the opposite of that. Like, I mean, she'd
My
whistle
mom
for
was the
us.
same.
yeah.
Oh, my mom like left us at home. We never knew where that woman went. Like she would be gone.
I have distinct memories of my...
She's like, this is why I had two. Take care of
I
each
swear
other.
to God, that's exactly what she was saying.
I believe
People that bring their kids with them everywhere, I'm like, what kind of life is this? No.
Yeah, but if you're going to bring them, control them. Because it's nothing worse than I'm trying to shop through the clearance rack and a child pops out from in between. I'm like, I'm going to kick you.
distinct memories
they deserve to be
of
kicked.
K-Dog when we would go shopping places because it irritated her. I think it was one of her pet peeves where she would yell at other people's kids.
My mom would do that too.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Don't talk to your mama like that. Don't let her talk to you like that. And the woman's just standing there like, this is not my child.
She's like, I'm just,
She brings them to here.
She's like, honey, don't be talking like that. If you was my child, I'd beat your little ass. She used to say that all the time. And I would just be standing there like...
She's like, it's true. It's true. Run away, kid. You're giving them the Morse code and winks.
Yeah, I'm like, take me with you.
Let's do it together. We could take her.
I love tap.
My mom would definitely yell at other people's kids. She'd be like, where are your parents? And then make the kid find their parents and follow and tell on the kid, your child was doing this, and that.
What? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And I would have to just tag along and be like, oh my
Oh
God.
my God, this is so fun. Thank you, Mom, for taking me on this adventure.
Yeah, thanks.
You know what a weird one of mine is? People that refrigerate apples. I don't like refrigerated.
How many people are you... Oh, you mean the whole... I thought you
The
meant like...
whole
I
apple.
thought you meant like jarring them up and stuff. I'm like,
No,
what
no,
kind
no,
of...
like when
Like making
Amish-
apple butter.
Like people that like cold apples. I don't like cold apples.
Not
I
all
want it
fruit
room
should
temperature.
be. Yeah.
Okay.
That's an interesting one.
That is
It
an
is. It
interesting
bugs
one.
the shit out of me, like, because we get apples at work, and they put them in the fridge, and then I'm like, well, now I have to let this sit
Right.
on the counter.
For like an hour.
Like a weirdo, let it
Yeah,
thaw out.
Like I gotta
'Cause
pull
it
it
hurts
out
my
of the
teeth.
fridge to let it thaw out, because it does.
100%. 100%. No, I feel the same way. It's bizarre. It's
The more
bizarre.
we talk, the more old I feel. You hate cold apples.
I got
It hurts
sensitive,
my
but it only
sensitive
does so
state.
much.
We ate chilled warm kids and cold apples.
Yeah? No, I totally agree with that one. That one's
I'm
just
okay
weird.
with the cold kid.
Apparently, you're not supposed to refrigerate tomatoes, but I always don't have success when I leave them out.
I don't
not
like
a
when they're
tomato
warm.
person.
I like them when they're cold.
They change the consistency,
Yeah,
that's
it
true.
gets smushy.
It's
But I
more
like to just
solid.
buy-
I like a crisp cold bite when it comes to
Out of a tomato. I tend to just get the cherry ones to
I'm
avoid
coming
the issue.
around to tomatoes. I didn't really used to like them.
Another pet peeve, since we want to stay on the topic.
It's the topic of the episode.
This will stay on our topic for this week.
Another pet peeve, and this might be another way I'm just showing my age, the club scene. Like, I'm not into like short little bandage dresses and high heels
I'm
and
over
standing
that,
in
yeah.
line and people getting too close to me and stepping on my feet and pouring drinks on my
I'm a dive
feet.
bar person.
Like, do you remember when you would like maybe? Well, I don't know if you wore open toe shoes when you went to the clubs, but like,
Me? No.
do you remember when you would like go home and the next day your shoes would be sticky?
Disgusting,
They would
yeah.
be sticky from people dropping
Yeah.
alcohol on you.
I never understood why. One of my pet peeves. Now that we're talking about this in Vegas,
Talking about pet peeves.
We've been talking about it's the whole episode,
No,
guys.
you just
we're
caught on.
talking about club pet peeves.
Oh, okay.
In Vegas, when you're a dude and you have to go to the club, and the girls have to wear like dresses and high heels, like strict dress code. Guys have to wear like nice shoes. It's like I went there and I had a pair of like nice shoes on. They were like $150, and they're like, those aren't nice shoes. I was like, they're more expensive than his $62 Kenneth Coles.
I think because they had laces.
I don't give a shit. So do dress shoes.
Yeah, well, guys definitely have a much lower standard when you're getting into places like that, and that's another pet peeve if we're going to talk about it. Because if I showed up in some like nice jeans and some sneakers and a hat and a nice T-shirt, they're going to be like, "No, bitch."
That
They'd be
depends
like,
if your
they'd
titties
be
are
like,
out.
excuse me, Cece, the gay bar is actually around
Yeah.
the corner. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you're a lesbian. You're in the wrong spot.
No, you just have to walk up with one nipple out.
Ooh,
right.
okay,
Give 'em
pet
a
peeve.
good old nip slip.
Another pet peeve. Talkative Lyft or Uber drivers.
You always talk to your Lyft or Uber drivers.
When I'm by myself,
we
I prefer
always
not
do
to.
that.
I prefer
When you're
not
by
to.
yourself.
Like, I put my headphones on, and I'm usually coming back from a bad decision. and I need to get
Just be my savior, but be quiet.
I'm recalibrating.
Yeah,
I'm recalibrating.
I got work in 6 hours. Shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. I also looked up just some of the top
People that say they don't watch TV, fuck you.
Okay.
Oh, I don't watch TV. Okay, well, fuck you. Maybe not all of us want to hide.
Yeah, we heard you the first.
So some of the top most common pet peeves, so see how we compare with other people. Loud chewing or drinking.
Oh, a slur.
Yummy. Mm-hmm. Bad drivers, just in general. People who don't do what they say they're going to do. People who are rude, interrupting others. People who walk slow. This is another one.
Oh, that one really bothers me.
People who walk slow in a group, but they're in a line in front of you. And
Yeah,
you're like trying to
blocking
dart
the way.
between them. Like, can I fit under their arms? Like, what?
Yeah.
And they won't move over.
You see me.
It's the same as driving.
Or
Like, get
if
in a
you're trying to
different
go
lane.
down an aisle and you gotta like say, excuse me.
Yeah,
or
like I'm
almost
about to hit the wall,
or about
bitch.
to bump into you.
Yeah,
like,
that,
can you move?
That lady at the grocery store that leaves her cart in the middle of the aisle for no fucking
Oh
reason.
my God,
And you
that's
gotta
a
be
huge
like,
one.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's all the way down at the other
know.
end. You
My
should've
mom was a
taken it.
huge one about that. She always would yell at me if I didn't park the cart appropriately. She's like,
Good,
don't
she
leave it
taught
in the
you.
walkway.
She raised you right.
It was a
baby.
fire hazard.
You ever get hit in the back of the ankles with that shit?
Yeah.
Seen those TikToks?
Yep.
That's enough.
People who are conscientious of germs, so like sneezing or coughing without covering your mouth,
didn't
or if you
mention
catch
that.
someone not washing their hands after the bathroom.
I call them out every single time.
Oh, I
call
do.
them
I'm
out.
like, ew, wash your hands.
Yeah, I call them
Yeah, I
out.
talked about mouths a lot, so I think that counts for you.
Mm.
Mouth stuff. So general mouth.
Another top one was people letting their dogs crap in other people's lawns and not picking it up.
I agree.
That was a top. Yeah,
I
at least
agree.
pick it up.
I agree.
A couple weird ones was clipping your nails in public.
That's kind of gross.
I don't know who's doing that.
I can tell you who. Giuliani. The creepy Rudy Giuliani
Ew.
was recently
Rudy
caught
Giuliani.
in a airport VIP lounge
Oh, gross.
clipping his nails.
Oh, and he's
That's
old. So
disgusting.
he's got old, gross people nails.
And
Like
people are,
yellow.
like
Gross
eating their
people.
little sandwiches and whatever.
Yeah, just like it's got like cracks in it for no reason. Nobody understands. Oh god, that's disgusting. What fucking animal is
Rudy
cutting their nails
Giuliani
in
does it.
public?
Yeah, I thought that was really bizarre. 'Cause I don't think I've ever seen anyone clip their nails in public, but now we know. Rudy Judy.
Do it over the trash can like a normal fucking person. I don't know what you're doing.
Careless parents was another one in public.
Got
People
that.
who stare at their phones while being in a conversation, being talked to.
That is.
People who are constantly late.
Mm.
I'm struggling with this one.
That's me.
I do my best.
Time is a construct, okay? It's not a
Yes.
real thing.
I don't allow it to constrain my
It's
life.
the sun in the sky. I move as I graze along the road.
I'm on time.
You're like, really?
Yeah, you are punctual. I used to be better, and then I kind of gave up at some point, but I'm working on it. I'm a
Respect that.
recovering late person.
God.
And people who talk to me in movies.
That's a pet peeve of
I'm
mine.
super guilty of that.
That's a pet peeve of mine.
But what under context? Under what context? Like, are we watching a movie at my house?
I think-
because if we're watching
yeah.
a movie in my living room, we're supposed to be talking. But
I
if you're
agree.
like in the movie theater,
Theater,
like,
no.
did you see that? Yeah, we're watching the same movie.
I don't like it. Like, if I'm actually interested in the movie, I would like to, like, watch the movie. Like, I don't
Yeah.
like
I
to.
love watching horror films, and I'm totally that person who's like, don't go in there. You know what's going to happen. What the fuck? Are you serious? Why would you do that?
See, that doesn't bother me. That actually doesn't bother me when you're, like, making commentary. It's where you want to have a conversation.
Oh, no.
I'm like, no, shut
No,
up.
'cause-
Like, oh my god, who is that in that movie? Oh my god. And then, like, you look, and then you want to show me pictures of who it was.
I
and-
loved her in the Roses Thorn.
Yes! like, that type of shit.
No.
I'm more of
What
like
other movie was it? Have you seen the new movie that's coming out with him? Or, like, oh
No,
my
I
god,
don't like
no.
that. I don't
I'm
like
more
that.
of a commentary person.
Commentary
I'll make
for
a funny
sure.
comment
Right,
about
right,
that
right.
movie. Be like, oh my god, is she wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
like
I
that.
agree, in a theater, not appropriate.
Yeah.
At home, totally free game.
But
Is my opinion.
The last
Not, like,
movie we went to see, we were, like,
full-on
talking a lot in there.
That was funny.
Free Guy, if anyone hasn't seen it, I'd
Yeah.
highly recommend it.
We
It's
were in
really
the
great
back.
plot.
Oh really?
It
Free
was,
Guy's great.
It was
Oh,
really
was it?
good. Really good.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, it's really, really
Yum,
good.
yum,
Like,
yum.
the whole plot is really
I
good.
love Ryan Reynolds.
Mhm.
I wish that he would listen to us and then divorce
Subscribe.
Blake Lively.
I wish that
Yeah.
every
Take care
day.
of
Yeah.
And there's two things I wake up and I
Being
wish.
part of our throuple.
He
Yeah.
finds me and
Trouble.
loves me, and that I become an heiress of some island
Yeah.
somewhere.
That's what you pray every day. Every morning.
Every morning I wake up and
Dear baby
I
Jesus.
check my phone. I don't check my phone for the time. I check to see an email.
What
from
Nigerian prince
Some
has
Nigerian prince has finally found me.
And she was,
Oh, I got tons of emails like
my-
that, girl. I'll forward them all to you now. Every morning you'll get the ones I get.
I'm like, oh my god, guys, I have 3 husbands.
I
And
only
they've
had
been
to
waiting
send
for
them
me.
$1,500. I
Every
told
month.
you.
Now we're on 90 Day Fiancé.
You know, honestly, I want to throw this pet peeve in there. People that think that those are real. I think that's
Oh, so like the elderly who get scammed?
Those Nigerian princess ones where they're like,
come on, that's funny. Let those people get scammed.
I knew a lady from one of my old friends. Her mother got scammed with $10,000.
Oh my
And it's not
gosh.
funny, but it's like, come on.
Yeah.
What is the likelihood that this Nigerian prince found your email?
And your
On
hair.
Facebook and fell in love with
And
you.
in broken English, he knew how to write out this message to you and give you his account number, and now you gotta buy him my ex.
He just needs to borrow it. He's gonna give it back.
Yeah, it's just to gain a militia to fight for his country and make you a princess.
Wrapping up, this was one that I thought was probably the most humorous that I read during my research. One of the worst pet peeves are guys who bring their guitar to a party.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
because you know he's just waiting for you to be like,
Yes.
oh, what
Jack Johnson over
what's
here.
that?
Yes. Or he annoying, like he's just in the corner twiddling away.
With his beanie over one eye.
and like everyone's socializing. It's like, what the fuck?
And just like, and he's like,
I
just
love
like,
that one.
That was pretty
I just
good.
write songs to like my soul.
Yeah.
I just like only do my.
It's like a captive audience. They're like, I don't actually have
It's
anyone
for
wanting to
attention.
listen to me, so
It's
I'm just
for
going to force
attention.
you all.
And you get it in the worst way.
Just to be clear, that man was not hired.
Yeah, he's
I don't know who invited that guy with the guitar.
He's not with the band. This is a funeral.
Well, so that pretty much is my shortened, abbreviated list of my top
Your tally marks.
pet peeves and some of the most common pet peeves out there. Yeah, so if you guys have any pet peeves of your own that you'd like to share with us, please send them in. You can also comment on our Instagram post with your pet peeves, and maybe we'll mention them in an upcoming podcast. Please like, subscribe, love us, listen.
Yeah, tell your friends, tell your mom.
Send us
she needs
money.
to know this stuff. Especially she's a boomer. We have to get her.
Help us get out of this closet and
Yeah.
into a recording studio.
And into a bigger closet with a fan.
Woo! And not a heat
50
lamp.
cents a day, Cece can put her gat away
Yeah.
and finally get in the studio.
We gotta get out of this closet for CC Glacklaxus.
I actually carry it in my pants at all times.
I'm always willing to
That's what my
threaten
bulges.
someone.
Well, this was nice. We got to rant. I feel a lot better now. Thank you.
I do.
There we go.
And one more thing. Just kidding.
Let's see if I left out any stupid people in general. I put
That's true.
In general.
people who don't use their brains before talking.
So you don't like slow people, slow driving people.
So
So
90%
Yeah.
of the population
Speed your
don't
shit
have
up.
road rage, but you will pull a gun.
Just to review
A
that.
fake gun, but they didn't know that.
I do like a good yell at a stranger. I do like to yell at people if they're acting out.
oh, I do too.
I get thorough and drunk. I'm like, someone need to yell at someone? Hold on. I'm your girl.
Yeah.
Loud noises!
I have a loud voice and I will use it. I am woman, hear me roar.
And bite! Well, everybody, thank you for coming back for our 10th episode. That's the big X, as we've
The
stated
big X.
previously, or 1 and a 0. You decide in the comments below. Come back next week because we're going to hear from the spicy Miss Yaya.
Yes, I got some spicy things to talk about, so get ready, babes.
Mm.
You like jerk chicken? Cause I ain't got none.
I got jerks and I got chickens.
I'm not putting them together.
Not once. Bye-bye.
Bye!